Guido's making sauce. So far, he's got his sausage in the pan.
All right. Welcome to Guinea Food 101. First thing you do, take a pot, olive oil, to just cover the bottom of the pot. Then you put your meat in there. You want to have some sausage. I got sweet and hot Italian sausage in there right now. It's also a good idea to put a piece of pork in there. Bone in is best. You get the flavor from the bone. Piece of chicken, even some cubed up pieces of roast is good. More different kinds of meat, the better the flavor the sauce is going to have. So, from there, once your meat is brown, you don't have to worry about cooking it thoroughly all the way through because it's going to cook it as the sauce cooks. Get a small can of paste, big can of crushed tomato, and you can either do 2 crushed tomatoes, but what I do lately, because it's faster, is I do 1 crushed and 1 tomato puree. It makes a thicker sauce faster, because you're going to want this to slow cook for a couple hours before it's any good, at least. I usually let it cook for as long as possible, all day, all afternoon even. So first, meat's browned, throw your paste in. The more paste you use, the sweeter the sauce will be, obviously. 1 little can is plenty for the 2 big cans of tomato I'm going to use. You get that going in there. Then you put in your cans of tomato. You always rinse the can out with some water. Because you want the water in there for when it cooks down.
Just the faucet. I'm going to stay away from your faucet.
Yeah, faucet's pretty awesome.
John needs to fix the faucet, as you can see.
Yeah, Barbara broke it.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, he's got a little water in there.
All right.
No, not yet.
Give it a pretty good stir.
Where's your water? You didn't get water
I
yet.
didn't get water yet because our water is awful. I have to let it run.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to taste like sewage. So,
Georgia water is disgusting.
spin around a can.
You take. Okay.
See, can's nice and clean now.
Yep.
Raise a little harder. You want to do at least a half a can of water total.
Total.
Now, you want a thick sauce, you want a thin sauce, the more water you use.
Okay.
I like to do about a half a can. And that's that. Next is the spices. You got a big pot like this with what I just showed you. You want to do at least a teaspoon of salt. Then you want to do your pepper. Black pepper, you could do red pepper. You want a decent amount, but not so much that your ass is going to burn later. So give it a pretty good hit. I got the grinder type. Then you got your other spices. First and foremost is you got your oregano. Don't go too heavy with the oregano. You want like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon maximum. It's really strong. Then you got your parsley. You want to go bigger with that. That's a good teaspoon, I'd say, at least. And then optional, you could do a little basil. If you're doing parsley and basil, you do a little less parsley. And again, optional is the bay leaf. This is something new I've been doing. Bay leaves. You got to take these out before you try and eat it because you'll choke
to death.
You'll choke on them. And that's basically the sauce. After it cooks down a little while, you taste it and you see if it needs more salt or anything else.
All right.
Next.
Oh, when you do meatballs? Okay, I was going to pause for you, but you can go ahead.
I'm assuming that you want to know how to make meatballs too.
Because that's the best.
So this sauce is ready. What the sauce is going to do is you don't want it too hot when it's cooking. Right now I got it. I'm going to put it like about on 3. You want this to come to a boil. And once it comes up to a pretty good boil, you want to put it down on low and leave it there until it gets to the thickness that you want. Meatballs. Goes by the handful. Handfuls of breadcrumb. Got 1, 2. I got about 3 handfuls of breadcrumb. You want to do equal parts of breadcrumb to meat to cheese. This is grated Romano cheese. So,
You gotta get the good stuff, cheese.
I got 3 breadcrumbs in there. So 1, 2, 3 cheese. To that, I go for the meat. 1, 2, 3. It's not an exact science, but you pretty much wind up with the same thing. Oh, I forgot with the sauce. Garlic.
Uh-oh.
Very important. I made a mistake. Okay, garlic. You can use garlic powder. You can use granulated dry garlic. Or you could use the stuff that comes in a jar that's wet. You know.
My hands are greasy. You want the rubber thing?
Here it is. I've been using this stuff lately. Garlic. Pretty good shot of garlic you want in there. If you use the fresh kind of garlic like this, you can use more. The dried stuff is a lot stronger. Okay, there's the sauce. Now, back to meatballs. You basically got what you need in there. You want your garlic.
It stinks.
A little bit of normally I use about a pound of meat and I'd make more, but I only had the breadcrumbs that I had. So there's the garlic. Not as much as I would like, but it's a small batch.
Whatever you do for meat, you do equal parts cheese, crumbs, and meat.
I said that.
Yep. Mom,
okay.
Just talking about the
now,
meat.
The important thing to remember about meatballs, they basically get the same spices that the sauce does, but they don't get oregano. Oregano is no for meatballs. So, parsley. And again, I got a small batch here, so I'm going easy on it. Parsley, garlic, salt, decent pinch, and pepper. And the other thing you do is pretty much for every pound of meat, you want to throw in 1 egg. And that's going to help bind it all together, hold it together, so you can roll it into balls that aren't going to fall apart when you cook them. Then you throw in your egg. And optional to this is you could put a splash of milk on it. That'll make them a little fluffier. Or instead of breadcrumbs, you could use cubed bread that you've soaked in milk instead of adding milk to it. And that will replace the breadcrumbs. But again, you want to have about the same ratios. And that's basically it. Mix this up with your hands. It's the only way to do it. Your hands in there. Roll them into the balls the size you want. Make sure that they're held together good. There's no cracks because they will fall apart when you cook. Then you either put them in a pan with olive oil and fry them. Get both sides dark brown. Flip them over, cook the other side. Don't have to worry about cooking them all the way because again they're going to cook in the sauce.
No, we'll do that. Hold on, I'm gonna pause.
Okay. Why?
Right, go ahead.
All right. So you can fry them in a pan, or you can put them on a pan with a little olive oil and put them under the broiler and cook them that way. That's probably a cleaner way to do it because the other way you get splatter all over top of the stove. They pretty much come out the same. And that's it. See my sauce here? See how it's starting to bubble? I'll let it do like that for a few more minutes, and then I'll put it down to low. And you have to kind of keep an eye on it while it's cooking for either a couple hours or longer. At least once an hour, or every half hour, get up and give it a good start. Once your meatballs are cooked, throw them right in the sauce. The best way to do it is like how I'm doing it here. My sauce is already started. I'll cook my meatballs, and as soon as they're done, I'll put them in the sauce. And that gives a lot of flavor to the sauce as well. Or, as we say in Italy,
That's what he asked for, you know.
Yep.
He asked for your gravy.
That's what it is. And that's it.
Right.
Manja.
Guido making his meatballs. A little oil on there. You wet your hands like your mom does? You wet your hands like your mom does? No? Not that big?
Make them as big as you want.
I'm going to flip his meatballs. You're going to, I was going to say you're going to melt that.
You could even went a little longer than that. Minutes. Wow,
You want the other ones? Turn the other drawer, I think. Sorry. Nice clean oven. What happens to an oven when John cooks regularly?
Then I got it turned down low. It's still got a little boil going. It's been about 20 minutes since I stirred it. Good stir. Once the meatballs are in the sauce, you start very gently, or you will destroy your meatballs.
Here's the meatballs cooked into the sauce. Gravy, sorry. Nice and well done. Commentary.
That's it. In you go. You see the sauce is already thick. That's because of that tomato. Makes it all happen faster. Once the meatballs are in, you could eat that in like an hour. Easy.
Just mix it real slow. Easy so you don't bust up your meatballs. Right, Guido? And that's about it. Alright, here we have the finished product. Got some pasta here. I don't know what he puts on it. He just puts a little sauce on the pasta. Just a little. Good stuff. Gotta get some meatball over here. Oh, look at that, Frank. Here you go. Some sauce. Awesome meatball. Look at that, huh? Nice. Maybe some sausage later. But there you go. Hold on, let me get to Guido. You got any parting words for Frank?
Manja.
That's it?
The best.
See, Frank, if you're a real Guido, then you got your cheese, your salad, your bread. You got it all.
Gotta have the bread.
Dog waiting nearby for scraps. Hildy. Do you want scraps?
Yeah.
Huh? The other one right there. Hi, Doodle.
Only our dogs get more than scraps. They get full plates. They're spoiled.
And if you could smell it,